Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 545. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinside.
Ew.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Hey.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers, to 545 of the Moviecast. Whew. So, guys, starting off, I keep trying to find a webcam, and I'm just frustrated. So, this one I just bought is going back to Amazon as well. And I have a 4K one in my cart that's $160. I don't know if I want to just buy that, though. I'm like, it's the newer version of this one. So I don't know. Like, it's, it's a Logitech, and clearly there's different quality from brands on webcams. I think it's the lens, right, Corey? Like, it's that lens. Your dad always talked about the lens. You know that, Corey? In his cameras, yeah.
No.
So
that matters.
It does. But hey, well, welcome to the Moviecast, though. Man, guys, Mythic Quest is back.
Nice.
Gotta say, I love the first episode. I really like. If you haven't seen that, it's on Apple TV Plus, another Apple TV show that's really good. I've said it before.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that show. Ted Lasso's coming back in July, so I'm psyched for that. And I just was like, let me check out Mythic Quest, and so I got to watch that first episode again. It's awesome to have them back because I really enjoyed that first season. So. This is that gaming show. This is the gaming show, Tony, that I was talking about. Where it's kind of it's really good. It's really good.
I don't think I actually have Apple Plus or Apple, whatever the hell. Apple TV.
Yeah. You haven't gotten a single product in the last year from Apple?
Just my watch.
That's it. You got it. Just find your code. I'm pretty certain they gave out a free subscription.
I think they've been giving out free stuff for a long time. Yeah. So even if it's like a free week, I think they've been doing that.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet.
And as we go, I'm still having technical difficulties. Sorry, everybody. My headphones disconnected from my. There we go. Sorry.
Jim, what technical god did you piss off today?
This is what I do
today, Tony. It's every day.
This is what I do for a living. Don't forget. Imagine me at work. It's just crazy. I mean, I don't know how I got that AR sandbox to work. I really don't. It works great. Everything else it's unbelievable. But yeah, we're back. I think my headphones like to pair to my phone, so that if I tap my phone awake, it disconnects me. So I'm just gonna leave the phone over there. Well, we're gonna have to do the news then by somebody else here. So yeah, if anybody wants to open up Discord there for us, and
I got you. I got you, fam. All right, so we're going to be starting off with the Golden Globes.
Are we doing? Well, hold on. Are we doing what we've been up to, or are we just getting ready to the news?
No. I'm just saying. No. We're doing what we've been up to. Sorry, I was just
okay.
Somebody's got.
I mean, maybe you're switching it up on us, Jim.
It's already a train wreck.
This is a train wreck of a podcast. That's what this is. Corey, what have you been watching?
Unedited. Let's just do this live. A couple Netflix shows came out, so I've checked them out. Jupiter's Legacy.
Okay.
Based off a comic book. And then Shadow and Bone or something like that. Bone and Shadow.
I need to watch that. My friend from work was telling me I'd love it, and I was like, all right.
So I'm familiar with both of the source materials in these shows, and they are both radically different than the source material, which is a good thing for one of them, and it's okay for the other. So, like I talked about with Umbrella Academy, I think they did a great job adapting some of the stuff from the source to the screen. I think they do a good job. Jupiter's Legacy is interesting. It's basically Kingdom Come, but with random no-name people, right? So we don't know who these people are, but it kind of gets interesting halfway through. Unfortunately, it takes half a season to get really interesting. And I found because what it does is it's superheroes and their kids, right? And it goes back and forth between when the superheroes are getting their power or going before they get their powers to when they have their powers now. So it's little time jumps here and there. And I found the past to be way more interesting than the future stuff. The present, I should say, not the future. But so I felt that it was just okay and very. What's interesting is the comic book was kind of criticized for being derivative, and I just feel like there's so many of these superhero shows now. It's everywhere you look, there's this like, hey, a new superhero thing. So it's just one of the.
I mean,
it's
everybody
just,
wants their everyone wants their hit. They all want their, Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. I mean,
Yep.
Disney Plus included. So everybody wants their show. So
yeah, so I was like, let me try this other one because I thought the trailer was very promising for it. I did try to read the book, and that book is awful for me personally. It is not a book that I want to read, and it is definitely geared to a much younger female audience. So
okay.
Well, from me, I mean,
okay.
Romance, lots of romance.
So it's so it's about a girl and a guy. Essentially, these two, they're best friends. Growing up as orphans, they're different. And so they get treated differently, so they kind of stick together, and then they grow up, and there's this country that's literally divided by this void that if you go into, you will most likely die. And so, this is not spoiling anything, but the girl is basically the only person who can save them all, essentially. But she doesn't know this until things happen. But what I have to say is the side characters, the crows, they call them, because there's a Six of Crows book where these characters have their own story. They're introduced in here, which is interesting. And they are the most interesting part of this show, and I love those characters. Like, they are so awesome, and I just want to get to them every time this show's like they made me.
They make the show.
If without these characters, I would absolutely not care for the show at all. Those three characters are amazing. They are my favorite thing, and they're terrific. So I can't wait for their own series. But it's interesting. I think it's worth watching, but not necessarily for the main story part, but for the side characters.
Not a good song, man.
Yes.
I mean, the side characters are so good. Like, they absolutely just make it so much better.
Okay.
Yep. So that's what I've been up to.
Okay. Tony?
Not much. I had a hectic on-call weekend, so didn't have much of an opportunity. What's on my plate is definitely Invincible, because now it's done, right?
Yes.
I can binge that.
Definitely check it out. Yeah, definitely check it out. I'm trying to think of like what else. I didn't watch. I'm waiting on Mighty Ducks again, because it's like I will watch that, but it's.
Did you watch Bad Batch, Jim?
No, I did not, because I didn't watch Bad Batch. Again, I'm like, I don't want to get into a show where it's a weekly release like that. I just feel like, plus the premiere is like 75 minutes long or something like that for the Bad Batch. It's pretty long.
Well, it's like 3 episodes, I heard.
Yeah, it's so I'm like, I haven't gotten into that yet either. So I didn't really get to watch too much. I'm trying to, like, it's a blur what the heck I watched this weekend. Like, I don't remember. I just
You'll remember
don't even know. I know
through this episode.
No, it wasn't much, because I was exhausted and I was dealing with knee issues and bowling tournaments, and it was like literally all day of things. And then there was Mother's Day, where obviously you don't do much that day. I just didn't get to watch too much. So, Mike? Nothing? Okay. All right. But so what do you want? Who wants to go off the news here?
All right, here we go.
What we got, Tony? This is crazy shenanigans here. Oh man, let's get into it.
Golden Globes implosion. Want to know after NBC drops the 2022 awards. Apparently, the long brewing scandal around the Hollywood Foreign Press Association took a sudden, dramatic turn Monday when NBC stunned with the announcement that the network will not air the 2022 Golden Globe Awards, a right for which NBC paid $60 million per year. The network said that the rate of change the HFPA board has proposed in light of criticism over the organization's lack of diversity, not one black member among its 87 members, and over its questionable standards, was not fast enough to warrant a show next year. Change of this magnitude takes time and work, and strongly the HFPA needs time to do it, the network statement said. As such, NBC will not air the 2020-22 Golden Globes. Now that the show is canceled, HFPA is reeling, and apparently Tom Cruise literally returned his 3 Golden Globe Awards to the headquarters as a sign of protest.
I expect that to start like a string of returns. I bet you they get a whole bunch of returns for it. Good kudos to Tom Cruise for kicking it off. You know what I mean? Like, it's something you don't even know about it. It leaks out, and you're just like, but why? It's like, how is it even possible in this day and age to have that? No, there's like zero diversity there. It's just unbelievable. But so yeah, I mean, no Golden Globes. Is it a big loss for us? I mean, does anybody really care about the Golden Globes anyways?
No,
I don't.
know this happened at all.
I think
It wasn't
no.
put
I think
on
like
this podcast's feed. I would have not known either way.
oh, you wouldn't have known if
No,
we
not at
posted
all.
about Tom Cruise today. Oh, we would have posted about Tom Cruise today. So you'll hear more about it now that it's going to start blowing up, Mike. It'll be in the news more. So it's going to blow up.
I don't even know what the point. The Golden Globes is like the B tier behind the Oscars anyway. Like, it doesn't need to exist.
I mean, what is it? Fuck them both, right?
I guess, but like, if you're gonna do a award show for like movie stuff, like, just have one. Like, you don't.
We're gonna
need
have a new one. I bet you something else spawns from this. I bet you there's another award show during that season. There will be a new award show from somebody else, and they'll
I
take
don't
over.
know. All these award shows are like taking a bath lately. Like, I don't know if you're gonna see new ones come in. Why would
I feel like
they're not
'cause I feel
profitable?
like-
They're not interesting.
no, but I
cares.
feel like it's prime for the like to be redone properly. I feel like there's something out there that you could really loop in.
They're gonna get Jeff Keighley to do it.
Something like that. Not Jeff Keighley, but something like that. Yes, I feel like there's something out there for this. Not the Oscars, not the Golden Globes. Somebody can do something else that legitimately loves good films, and it could give credit to films that the Oscars snub. And, you know what I mean? Like, it just makes sense to do something proper. Like, this opens the door. It really does. I think because of their racism, it opens the door. Because they're a bunch of, I don't know what they are, elitist bastards, whatever.
I always assumed they were like people from a bunch of other countries.
Yeah.
Like Hollywood
No.
Foreign Press. So I don't know. Whatever.
Bunch of elitists. So
they got their club and they're pretty exclusive, and they didn't want to make changes. So gotta start. You gotta speak up and you gotta make a stand.
You gotta force change, right? I mean, that's how it works. So yes. What else we got?
All right. Let's see. We'll go with back-to-back Dave Bautista news. So apparently there was a tweet from IGN, who is always reputable, saying Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 might be the last time we see Drax in the MCU. Which the actual celebrity quoted and said, Drax isn't going anywhere. He just won't be played by this dude. By the time G3 comes out, I'll be 54 years old, for God's sake. I'm expecting everything to start sagging any second now. Laughing emoji. So there you go.
So basically that means no more Drax. Like, I have no problem with that article headline. Like, that seems true because Bautista is him, and I don't think they would continue with that character with a different actor.
I think Mike's right in this situation. I don't think you recast him. I think you just move on to another character. There's so many characters in the MCU.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean the headline is just catch bait. I mean,
sure,
clickbait.
It is clickbait, and he just calls them out.
They do.
That's why.
I mean, we already have proof that Guardians of the Galaxy, all right, Groot fucking died in the first movie, and oh look, there's a sapling, and then grew up. And then, spoiler alert, Gamora dies in, Endgame, but it's like, oh, it's her other self. It's like there is a way for them to explain, hey, this is another Drax. I mean, whatever. Who the fuck cares?
I mean, Black Widow's getting a movie after she passes away, too. It's like everybody's getting movies.
Yeah.
Well, no, but those are the opposite things, though. Those are like, we still have the actor, they still want to do it, but we can kill the character and bring him back. This is the opposite. This is... The actor thinks he's getting too old. He doesn't want to do any more past this. Do we need to keep the character around? Probably not.
Yeah, we don't know. But I'm just saying, it's a stupid, pointless article that's just meant to drum up some kind of clicks on.
Well, I think it's accurate. I think
people want attention, so this is
it's a
trying to get attention.
Like everything, we might as well not read anything. Like, I don't know what you're trying to say here, but I think it's right. I think Drax is done after the next movie.
All right.
Because of that.
Well, you just said he's right, but literally he's saying Drax will live on.
What does that mean? He's saying they can. He's saying he doesn't. They don't need.
It doesn't necessarily matter too much. I'm just saying, like, I don't think that necessarily, saying that he doesn't want to do it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. There's been younger versions of characters, older versions of characters. You can do whatever.
I think. What about just like an older version of this character where he just is more of a retired hero, funny Drax, like, doesn't have to wear. He's
because that's the thing is he's shirtless and stuff. So it's like who cares? It's pure speculation at this point. Like why? I don't know.
Again, this is coming out 2 years from now.
This feels like more like of an article about like the DCEU. To be honest, it's like will he or will he? Like who's going to be in? Is it Batman? Is it this other Batman?
I'll be back in a moment.
All right.
Okay.
If I think
I don't know.
Done pretty much expresses he's done with the character after a movie. I think that character may be gone is a reasonable statement.
I know what you're saying.
Maybe
I know what you're saying.
Also, making a play for a better paycheck. Who knows?
It could be
just Twitter. Too. Like, who knows?
I just don't see him leaving the character that early. I bet you he plays it one more time after this too. So it's just like in the next Avengers movie or something. You know what I mean? Like I can see it happening. I actually got the news open, so we're good. I got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I carefully opened my phone.
Go ahead.
I carefully.
You didn't like the way this was going, I guess.
No, I can't stand not knowing where we're going. So it's very tough to sit back.
To be the driver.
Well, hold on. Let me finish the link of the Dave Bautista news. Let me finish that because I didn't post it. But apparently, according to Deadline Hollywood, Knives Out 2, Dave Bautista joins Daniel Craig in Rian Johnson's sequel for Netflix, and apparently Edward Norton as well. So
that's. I think it's gonna be. I can't wait for Knives Out 2. Like that's gonna be awesome. Listen, Edward Norton is an ass as the Hulk, like that whole spear with Marvel, but at the end of the day, he's an awesome
great actor.
And I want to see him. Yeah. And Bautista
pretty much been off the face of the earth since then.
I thought he was
sure. He's been directing. He's been directing. He
hasn't been like actively acting.
No, but he's been directing, and who's been actively acting for the last year, anyways. So, but I think that having Bautista in a role in Knives Out 2, I don't know why, but it's such a comedic murder mystery kind of thing that I think it just fits so well, right? Like you can see it. But yeah, Venom, Let There Be Carnage trailer. You guys check it out?
No,
I did.
Really?
I don't.
Woody Harrelson. I'm sorry. I think he looks great. I'm sorry. I can't wait for that character.
Yeah, the thing is for me is it trailer looks good. I'm just not a Venom fan, and I'm even less of a Carnage fan. So like this, I'm just like shoulder shrug. Like
I still have to see the first one.
Yeah. I do too. I heard it was good, so I do want to see it.
It's good. It's good. I expect the train wreck, so when you get decent good, like it's fine. You know what I mean? That's pretty impressive.
I'm pretty sure it did better than I thought it would. Like it did.
It did.
It did.
I think I remember that did like.
I think it hit.
Million.
Yeah, it hit at the
that sounds familiar to me, the opening weekend.
Yeah,
of 80 million.
Like it hit at definitely a perfect time. But
$856 million. Holy shit!
So, and I think this one brings in. I think it brings it closer to the Spider-Man included universe here. Like, I think that's something.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, 856 is just a hair away from $1 billion, really. If the character gained popularity in those overseas markets or whatever like that.
I think they're clearly expecting that, but in this market, where's the new number? Like, what is a good number?
Right. Well, that's what I was about to say. Is like, what is a good new number? Like, if there's only half, are we going to be like, hey, that's good? Like half $1 billion.
I think it's really good. Like, I think the first time you get $100 million movie, because we didn't get that yet, right? No, we didn't get that. The $100 million movie. Oh, it broke 100 million, right? Well, worldwide. I'm just like domestic.
A lot more.
Oh, did it break 100 million domestic?
Looking it up right now.
What are we talking about?
Look it up.
Okay. I just feel like you probably greenlit this expecting the $1 billion movie. You're not getting that now. So it's like, what is acceptable in terms of what you're going to get out of this movie in terms of the, in the theaters? Like 500 million? Is that a pretty good haul for this now? Is that a success? I don't know. Because you got to figure with the budget and marketing, like it's got to be creatively done properly now, where it's like you can't spend the normal marketing you used to spend because you can't expect to get $1 billion movie right now. You just can't.
Yeah. So just to give you an update, so Godzilla versus Kong in US is at 92.1 million.
I didn't think it broke 100.
Probably not going to get 100 at this point.
When does
that's what I'm saying.
Venom come out?
Yeah.
Good question, actually.
That's
October?
Is it this year?
Yeah, it is this year. Of course,
guys
you
watch
can't even
the
find where it
trailer?
is. September 24th. September 24th.
Okay.
So,
they can hit 100 million.
I don't know.
Sure, but like you greenlit this sequel expecting $1 billion because you did 856 last time. So like, where's your new expectation? Like, you're gonna. The problem I have with this is like.
What would we say 2/3?
It's kind of a different topic. Forget this movie. Not forget this movie, but it's a topic for all movies. It's a topic for all movies. Like, what's the new norm? Like, they can't spend the same amount of money they used to spend on marketing. You can't. Because you can't spend $250 million in marketing anymore. You can't do that, or whatever the hell they spent before. It was like $200 million for Avengers, wasn't it? It was a ridiculous number. You can't spend that anymore, like, because you can't even make that in a movie now. Yeah. So, plus your budget, like, what is a break-even number in your minds as a successful movie? Is it 200?
I mean, I think a lot of this is going to be write-offs because, like you were just saying, like at the point that these were greenlit and the contracts were signed and negotiated and all that stuff, we lived in the pre-COVID world, and we're not in the COVID world. So unfortunately, I think a lot of these companies are going to have to write that stuff off, or try to think of ways, more creative ways.
Will it cost us sequels that, will it cost us these movies? That's the problem. Like, is it going to cost?
I'm sure it will. 100%. I'm sure it will, because now these companies are going to be even more risk averse because they want guaranteed hits, just like the AAA gaming industry.
What's interesting is that
it's paralleling that. You're right. Yeah, that's the problem.
They've used like HBO Max has used movies to also sort of prop up a streaming service to sort of justify it, even though you would suspect that would also take away from their box office as well. But so far, the best COVID movie has been a thing that was released simultaneously on a streaming service. So who knows? And the other thing other than just more places opening and restrictions being lifted, you also kind of need time for these like businesses to actually like put themselves together again, because a lot of theaters are just flat out like literally in disrepair right now. So you wonder how many would, even if like let's say by late September like everything is allowed with like I don't know masks or something. Let's just say that like almost like 80 to 100% just with masks or something. Do you have enough open theaters to even do numbers, even if everyone wanted to see it?
Yeah, that's another good factor. I mean, how many theaters closed? Like, the Regal near me is still not open. I don't know if that
really
the whole chain isn't open right now. I don't know. I've only been in the one AMC with Corey.
Wow, I really expected the Regal. That's not huge. I mean, it used to be huge. I guess I don't know.
I mean, it's one of the big two, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's a big
the Regal Entertainment Group because
only three.
There's only
so,
the big
really.
But it's interesting, and we'll tie this into the gaming news with a bit. Reports.
A
So
little tease
we'll get
there.
into that, but yep. So then what else do we have in this news? The last thing in the news we have the the Wonder Woman fiasco, the Gal Gadot, Joss Whedon. Confirm issue. So listen, this guy's a piece of shit. There's no question. Like, I'm sorry, but like, you get more and more confirmations about how much of a piece of shit he is as a person. Like, I'm not saying like he's not like a terrible human. Like, he's a terrible human being, but he's not like a dirty, just sexist fuck. But he is a piece of shit. I mean, that's the best way to say it, right?
He's a prototypical bad boss. He's someone who really shouldn't be in charge of people.
He's a piece of shit. Like, it's equally to everybody, at least. Give him credit. He's an equal piece of shit to everybody. Give him credit on that. But still, he's a piece of shit. I mean, Gal Gadot just mentioned that, he threatened her career, and she took care of that quickly. Which is good for her.
Yeah, I mean, she said before that she had an issue with him, and she took care of it quickly. So now we just put those two together, which we might have been able to do already. But
yeah, we figured that much. But, I mean...
Well, before it was a little hush-hush. It was just like, hey, something happened. Now she came out and literally said it. It was like, okay.
I mean, like I said, the more this information comes out, the more just out of principle you have to support Zack Snyder's version of that movie. I don't think it should. I don't care about it, but
one thing has to be related to the other. But I like that, and this is coming from someone who really likes that version of the movie compared to that one. But you don't need to support that movie if you don't like it. Like, just because you think he's a better guy, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree with Mike on this
would
one.
say that.
I don't like that movie no matter what.
Yeah.
And who knows? Just wait until we decide that Zack Snyder's a piece of shit too.
Yeah, until that comes out. No, he seems very working with you kind of person, like he does. I don't know, but so far, but then you can be shocked. So, yeah, that's about it for the news this week, guys. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting, this box office going forward. I mean, I think that's going to be our big conversations going forward with this stuff as we get closer. You know, what's crazy is like last year we didn't have a box office, and it's like now we're going to get a box office this year, and it's gonna be for good conversation. It's gonna be interesting as we get closer into the summer months here, because this should be.
We're always gonna be looking for the one to bring the box office back. But did Godzilla do that already? Not really, but kind of. Like,
I mean,
what does that mean?
It showed some promise. I would say that, in my opinion, it showed some promise.
Yeah, people went out to see Mortal Kombat also.
Yeah, people are getting vaccinated and stuff like that. And, me personally, I feel comfortable with it now. Not jam-packed, sold out theaters probably, but limited capacity, sure. But, it's interesting because we talked about this last year at the beginning of COVID. And I would urge us all to go back and listen to that and just hear what we had to say. Because, I mean, I don't think any of us predicted that we'd be here a year ago.
No way.
We don't want to say it. I'm sure it was in the back of our minds, like, oh, this could be like really long. We were saying like months at first.
Yeah, I remember that, but I think Corey was correcting me during that. I remember Corey correcting me during this time, saying it's going to be a lot longer than you think, Jim. Because I remember that conversation.
I definitely said like things will never be the same. Like that is the thing, is like this is one of those events that. When you there's before this and there's after this.
BC
like swine flu, that wasn't the case, but this with Corona, COVID-19, like there's a before and there's an after, and that does not happen very often in history.
No.
Yeah. So all right, let's get a wrap up.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Just saying cheers.
Yeah, let's go wrap up 545 of the Moviecast. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment for us. Also, we're on, we have our podcast on Podbean, which you can access, subscribe straight to our channel there. We're on iTunes. So you can follow us on Twitter, on Facebook as well. So please do. Write us allyoukgeek@gmail.com. If you have any actual questions, we can answer you right on there as well and read them on the podcast. So thanks for tuning in and listening. We'll see you guys on the Gamecast. Check out more Moviecasts, and see you guys soon.